Okay, so you've just finished the laundry, right? You've thrown the last load in the dryer,
Hmm.
feeling like, chore done, safe and sound.
Yeah, mission accomplished for the day.
But what if I told you that simple machine, your dryer, well, our sources connected directly to one of the biggest causes of house fires in the U.S. every single year?
It's pretty shocking when you first hear that connection.
Right, it seems so ordinary.
And that link, that's exactly why we're digging into this material today. Because it's not just about, scary stats. There's a really practical side, two sides actually. Safety, obviously, preventing a potential fire hazard in your home. And then there's the efficiency piece, which means basically saving you money.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Our mission for this deep dive, really, is to get specific.
Uh,
We need to understand how lint, which, we all think we handle with that little screen, becomes such a huge fire risk. Then look at the practical upsides of dealing with it, the economic benefits. And finally, zero in on the logistics mentioned in the sources. Like, how do you actually fix this? What kind of cleaning are we talking about?
Exactly. We want clarity here. The sources lay out a pretty logical path,
Yeah.
understand the problem, the physics of it, and honestly, the motivation to sort it out becomes pretty clear.
Okay, let's kick things off with the main culprit, lint buildup. Now, we all clean the lint trap, right? Or we're
No.
supposed to.
Oh, fully.
But the source material focuses on the stuff that gets past that screen, the stuff inside the actual vent pipe. Why isn't the trap enough?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The trap catches the big, fluffy bits, most of them. But it doesn't catch everything. Think about the really fine particles, almost like dust mixed with the moisture from the wet clothes. Every single time you run your dryer, that fine, damp stuff gets blown down the vent hose. And over time, it sticks. Especially in the bends, the elbows of the pipe. It builds up layer by layer and dries out.
Ah, okay, so it's not just loose fluff floating around. It's becoming, like, compacted and dry inside a pipe designed to carry hot air.
Exactly. Think of it less like, dust bunnies and more like, well, kindling. Highly flammable kindling packed inside your walls. And the danger comes down to basic dryer science, the engineering. That buildup physically blocks the vent. It chokes the airflow.
Right.
And the dryer needs that airflow. It has to push out the hot air and the moist air effectively to keep its own temperature regulated.
So if the exhaust is blocked or even just partially blocked, it's like a traffic jam for the hot air. It backs up inside the machine.
Precisely. That hot air, we're talking well over 100 degrees Fahrenheit, sometimes much higher, can't get out fast enough. So the machine itself starts to trap heat. The drum gets hotter, the components get hotter, and the dryer tries to compensate, right? The heating element stays on longer, works harder, trying to dry clothes with poor circulation. So you get trapped heat, an overheating machine, and this dry, packed lint just sitting there. Perfect ignition source.
But hang on, don't dryers have safety switches? Like thermal fuses or cutoffs that are supposed to prevent overheating? Why don't those always stop a fire?
That's a really important point. And yes, they do have safety cutoffs. But the source suggests a couple of ways this can still go wrong. One is that the clog might be so bad, right near the exit, that the heat builds up intensely there, before the sensor inside the main body of the dryer even registers the critical temperature.
Ah, like a localized hotspot near the lint.
Exactly. Or, second possibility, the lint itself is so dry and flammable, maybe near the heating element or the motor, that it catches a spark or just ignites from the ambient high heat before the safety switch even has a chance to trip.
Wow. Okay, so that shifts it from a theoretical, maybe my old dryer is risky, to, well, the sources are pretty stark. They consistently highlight dryer fires as a top cause of house fires.
Yeah.
Year after year.
It's a significant number, but here's the crucial part, the bit you really need to hear. This entire chain reaction. The lint getting past the trap, the buildup, the choked airflow, the trapped heat, the potential fire, it's all completely preventable
Completely.
with one specific type of maintenance. It's genuinely an unnecessary risk that's, well, kind of hiding in plain sight in millions of homes.
Okay, so safety is paramount.
Right.
Preventing a fire, obviously, is priority one. But let's talk brass tacks. Does the cost of getting this fixed actually pay off?
Yeah.
Because, sometimes the threat of a disaster feels remote, but daily costs, those add up.
Oh, absolutely. The answer is a definite yes. Once that vent gets clogged, it stops being just a potential fire risk and starts being an active drain on your time and definitely on your wallet every single laundry day.
So it's not just waiting for something bad to happen, it's already costing you.
Yes. The performance drop is usually the first thing people notice, the classic sign. Clothes taking way, way longer to dry. That load of towels that used to be done in, say, 45 minutes, now it takes an hour and a half.
Well, you have to run it twice.
Or run it twice, exactly.
Right.
Still damp after a full cycle. That's a huge red flag for poor airflow.
And running it longer, or twice, that hits you in two ways, doesn't it?
It does. First, your utility bill. Especially electric dryers, they use a lot of power. Running one for an extra 30, 45, 60 minutes per load. That adds up fast on your monthly bill. Real money. Second, think about the machine itself. All that extra runtime is putting a huge strain on the components. The heating element is working overtime, potentially overheating constantly. The motor is struggling to push air through that blockage.
So the dryer is basically aging faster, working itself harder than it needs to.
Precisely. You're shortening its lifespan, which means you'll be buying a new dryer sooner than you should have to.
So cleaning the vent isn't just about preventing a fire. It's almost like an investment. It pays back.
That's a great way to put it. You get tangible savings back. Your appliance lasts longer, delaying that big replacement cost. And your energy bills go down immediately because the dryer works efficiently again. It does its job in the time it was designed for.
Faster drying, lower bills, less wear and tear. Makes sense.
It really does. It's funny how we kind of ignore these workhorse appliances until they break, right?
Totally.
But this flips that. Regular maintenance here isn't just avoiding a negative, it's actively creating a positive, saving you time and money.
Okay, so we get the why. Danger, cost, inefficiency. Makes sense.
Right.
Now let's get practical. The when and the how. How do you know if your vent is the problem? What are the triggers the source material points to?
The sources give two main signals to watch for, pretty clear ones. First is just time. If it's been over a year since you last had the vent professionally cleaned, you're likely due. Assume buildup is happening.
Okay, the 1 year rule, what's the second?
Performance. If you notice your clothes are taking noticeably longer to dry, the source material uses the phrase taking forever to dry.
Forever to dry. Yeah, I think we've all felt that frustration.
If you're hitting that point or the 1 year mark, it's a strong indicator your airflow is compromised. Time to act.
And acting means, well, the sources seem pretty specific that this isn't a DIY job with a vacuum cleaner attachment, right? They talk about specialized cleaning. Why?
Yeah, they emphasize that.
Right.
And the reason is the complexity of the vent system itself. You're not just cleaning the little flexible hose at the back. That vent pipe can run a long way. Through walls, maybe up into an attic, down into a basement, sometimes 20, 30 feet or more, and often with sharp bends, like 90-degree turns. Your household vacuum hose or even one of those basic brush kits, they just can't navigate those long runs and tight corners effectively. And more importantly, they don't have the power to break up lint that's become really compacted and stuck on. You might just push the clog further down.
So the specialized cleaning they describe involves
What?
heavier duty equipment.
Exactly. It's about using high-powered tools, often involving rotating brushes, combined with strong vacuums or forced air designed specifically for this. They can snake through the entire length of the vent, negotiate the bends, and use high-speed agitation to actually dislodge and remove all the buildup.
Every inch.
That's the goal. Comprehensive cleaning. From the point where the hose connects to the back of your dryer, all the way through the pipe, right to the termination cap on the outside of your house.
Gotcha. So it ensures the entire pathway is clear, restoring that full airflow we talked about.
That's the key. Full restoration. Eliminate the choke point, eliminate the trapped heat problem.
Now, we need to address something specific. The source material we reviewed for this deep dive actually mentioned a particular company. So, just to be clear, we're not endorsing anyone here. We're simply reporting the details that were included in the information provided to us. Standard practice for our deep dives.
Right. It's about understanding the full context of the source material, including any specific solutions or providers mentioned. So this raises the question, what profile did the source present for this service?
Okay. The company named was RC Duct Cleaning. And the description in the source, it called them the #1 Trusted Dryer Vent Cleaning Company for their service area.
Okay, so positioned as a leading trusted provider. What else? Anything about the service itself, like the team?
Yeah, it mentioned professionalism, which you'd expect, but also reliability. Specifically, it highlighted that they show up when they say they will.
That's actually a big deal for homeowners, right? Punctuality matters when you're scheduling service.
Definitely. And the service area was clearly defined, too. It listed D.C., Maryland, or Northern Virginia.
So focused on that Washington, D.C. metro region, families and homes there.
Correct.
And any contact info provided for people listening who might be in that area and thinking, okay, my dryer is taking forever.
Yes. The source material included a specific phone number for scheduling. It listed 240-535-5600. 5757.
Okay.